Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So, we're here again to talk a little bit about the conference, which will happen this year in Latvia, in Riga. And I'm Liga. I'm the organizer to this year's conference, Pet Dog Trainers of Europe Annual Conference in AGM. And this year's conference topic, main topic, is dogs with big emotions. And of course, when we talk about dogs, we always know that dogs need to go for walks. But walks can be good and walks can be not so fun and enjoyable for dogs. And this is the main topic we will talk today about. And That's why I'm really happy to introduce you guys with Smiling Leash team who has joined me today. They will also be one of the participants in this conference this year, and they will talk about social walks as part of the solution, how we can work with the dogs with big emotions. So thank you very much to joining me today. And maybe we can start by you introducing yourselves and tell what are you and what is Smiling Leash.
So yes, thanks so much for having us both here right now and at the conference. So Leti, Lyubov, and myself, we all work with dogs in different countries in different capacities. Leti is in Spain, Lyubov is currently in Estonia, and I'm in Slovenia. And we met when we all studied with Tura Drugas in the International Dog Trainer program that was in Spain in 2018, quite some time ago. And that's also where the idea for the Smiling Leash project was born. It was actually part of a conversation, and the idea came from Turid herself. When some of the students were watching dogs being walked or people walking with their dogs, and they realized that most of what we see and what probably everyone sees in all different countries is dogs being walked a certain way. So you can often see dogs walked on a short leash, and that leash is often still attached to a collar around the neck. And both the person and the dog are rushing. The leash is tight, it's pulled taut, it's not loose. Um, the whole walk looks and feels like a chore, not like a positive experience. And usually it really isn't, not for the dog and not for the person. And one thing that that conversation brought was that idea that what we see most often is what we consider normal. We don't really question it much. This is something we see every day. But what if we could see lots and lots of examples of dogs having different kinds of walks? Walks that are more enjoyable, better for their health, for their mental well-being, and also better for their humans. That would be a walk on a long, loose leash, more comfortable. That leash is attached to a good harness, not to a collar around the neck. And the dog gets to explore, use her senses, navigate her environment in a different way that also makes her feel better, calmer. And that, of course, also affects how the dog behaves. A dog takes a walk. Most dogs that we have at home take walks every day or almost every day. So that's a lot of experiences. They shape our dogs' lives and our own. We take walks with dogs every day. So it's really important how these walks go. And what we see most often is what we will consider normal. So we decided to show the world many of examples of really nice, good, beneficial walks with dogs. And Smiling Leash started as a social media project showing these examples. Of course, when we talk about dogs, we don't always talk about walks. So later on, we started adding different examples, like what is a good visit to the vet? What can we do at home to make our dogs' lives better? And of course, also the social aspect, because dogs are social animals, social creatures, and both their relationships to other dogs and to us and other species of animals is really important for their well-being. So now this project has been going on for many years. We're so happy to see that there's an impact, that people are following, commenting. We've had a number of talks, we've put out some published materials, and we're also so very happy to be able to speak at the conference. We are looking forward to it. We're almost ready.
Yes, I think this is really great job you're doing, guys. I think I'm following Smiling Leash from the beginning as well, because that's really great project you're doing. And as you said before, there are a lot of like normal things people think they are doing, and there are a lot of times there are a lot of mistakes we are doing walking our dogs, but we don't know that they are mistakes we are doing. And especially when we are walking our dogs with the big emotions, dogs who are fearful of something, or dogs who are reacting to something. So maybe you can tell us, what do you think are the most common mistakes you see people making during these walks, especially with these dogs with big emotions?
Yeah, thank you so much for this question. And I think Ina has already mentioned some of the points. I think often it starts with the wrong equipment that doesn't allow dogs to be dogs, to um, communicate like dogs and have enough space to move naturally, to be polite with each other, because they cannot stop the human from walking too fast. Or on the collar, they're not able to lower their head down and show calming signals and sniff as much as they need to. So I think we all do that because we are humans, and we don't always consider that a dog is a dog and is a different species, and they communicate in a different way and they have different needs. So a lot of problems start with that, because if dogs with big emotions, as you say, they don't come out of nowhere. They probably have had negative experience. They didn't have enough time to be in the situation, to communicate with another dog, to feel calm enough and confident enough. Instead, many dogs are just dragged along quite quickly on the wrong equipment. So just not considering the dog's perspective, I think, is the biggest mistake, and not paying attention to their body language, to their communication, and not considering their needs. Because once we start doing that, even dogs with big emotions, they take quite little time to readjust and to start using their body language again and to start coping with situations. We just have to really give them a chance and give them enough space and put them on comfortable equipment. And these are quite simple things, but of course, because we are humans, we don't necessarily think that a dog might need to curve around another dog and not walk in a straight line as we usually would. So yeah, these are all things that we talk about in more detail in our talk at the conference.
Yeah, I remember that me 7 years ago was also the dog owner who was taking my dog everywhere, and I thought that this is really great, but because I was taking her everywhere with me, I needed to go somewhere really fast, so I was just walking her with me really fast. And then I started to learn and study in Nordic training school, and they taught me about all these calming signals, and I started to watch her, and I understood that she hates these walks. And I was like, okay, I will leave you home, actually it's better, and I will go with you on your walk, and you will have completely different walk than my walks where I need to go. So I think that's the most common thing I hear as well from dog owners here, that everybody is trying to put dog walk and their walk together, but it's completely different things. Yeah. Maybe you can also tell us a little bit about social walks, because your main topic is about social walks. So tell everybody who knows and maybe don't know. I think that maybe a lot of people don't know what is social walks and how these social walks can help dogs with big emotions.
Okay, so I think when people hear social walks, everybody thinks, oh, there's going to get lots of dogs together and they're going to be playing and interacting. But the idea is to create a very structured, safe, and supportive environment where these dogs can spend time with other dogs, but they don't have to interact directly with each other, and they get the chance to learn real life skills because they can observe other dogs. Depending on where you do it, they might be able to observe wildlife or activities that are happening in the city from this safe environment that we've created, whatever that might be. It might be less dogs or less distance or more distance. It has to be tailored for each individual dog and group of dogs. So what also happens is that by creating this safe environment, dogs can learn, but also people can learn about their dogs. These things that we were talking about, like the signals that the dogs are telling us all the time, how they are feeling. The humans start to be able to observe better as well and understand their dogs better. And they can develop skills to understand their dogs. So really, it's about creating groups, but it's not about play. It's about spending time together, observing and exploring and enjoying each other's companies.
Yeah, I think that it's like really common mistake and myth that socialization is just like being friendly and going together, everybody. So social walks, I think a lot of people understand as well as like, oh, we go and play. And so I have like
something.
or reactive dog, I cannot join you. And then I'm like, yeah, but you need to come. And they are like, no, you will play there. And I'm like, no, we don't play there. Like, that's really, really important to talk about this topic, because there are a lot of people also who do this differently and wrong, and they are naming it social walks as well. And that's why I think it gets confusing. Yeah.
We will explain it all.
Yeah, in the conference it will be more deeper.
Yes.
Yeah, and so for those who haven't attended and known what social walks is, and they don't know what we are doing there, maybe you can tell us what is one simple change they can do today or tomorrow when they will go for their next walk with their dog. And maybe you can also tell what would be one thing they don't need to do on their walks with dogs.
Okay, so one of the important points we will discuss at the conference is that before a dog, especially a dog with big emotions, is ready for their first social walk, so a walk with another dog, hint, hint, just one other dog first. First, it's better to prepare, or it's absolutely necessary to prepare so that the dog is ready, so that the dog has a good experience, can learn from this experience, so we're going in the right direction. Because just as you said, Liga, lots of people are doing what they call social walks, and they are not all the same. Some are beneficial and some are not. So before we take our dog for their first social walk, we can change the style of our solo walks with our dogs. One of the most important points that we emphasize all the time, one of the things we can all improve if we haven't already, is the equipment we use. So definitely invest in a good harness of the right shape. we say there's an H shape, the shape of the letter H on top, if you look from the top, and a Y shape in front. If you want to see what that looks like, you can visit smilingleash.com or our social media. You will see many pictures and videos of dogs wearing good harnesses. And of course, the harness has to be attached to a good leash. A good leash is long enough, and it's a classical leash, no mechanisms, no gimmicks. And that allows the dog to feel more comfortable, and it helps them also feel safer because they know they can move, they can maneuver, they can move away from things, and they can communicate because they communicate through body language. And distance is part of that language as well. So the dog needs to be able to move away or closer to something. So that's one thing we can all do. We can get our dogs the right and well-fitted equipment. One thing we can stop doing is rushing. So basically, one thing we can do is we can stop when our dog stops. When we're taking a walk with our dog has very keen senses. So they need to look, listen, smell, especially smell, also touch or feel, and sometimes taste things that are safe to taste, not everything. That's why they take walks to experience things, and this brings mental stimulation, and that's very important because a dog that is mentally stimulated in the right way, their brain is more plastic, more ready to learn and to change behaviors. So if we have a dog with big emotions and with big reactions, that dog will have an easier time changing her reactions if her brain is more plastic and ready to learn. And something as simple as stopping when our dog wants to investigate something, to sniff something, to look at something and really observe it, and doing that every day can really help our dog improve how they feel, how they see the world, and also how they behave in the world. So invest in good equipment and stop when your dog stops. It sounds really simple, mainly because it is, and it can be really transformative.
Yeah. And I totally can agree with you and tell that this works because I had my second dog at puppy age. She was really, really fearful. Like I haven't met anybody else so fearful in my life while I'm working right now. For 7 years I'm working, and I haven't still met anybody more fearful that my other dog was. And the right harness, the long lead really helped. It really helped and changed a lot of things. And me stopping and slowing down and looking at her and seeing what she needs in these walks, that really helps. Yeah. So actually, if I talk about me and my dog, I also remember that when we went for these walks, I was really stressed myself as well. So it was not only hard for her, but only also hard for me as well. So maybe you can tell us what the value of these talks, walks with dogs, social walks for the human as well, and building supportive communities, and so people feel good walking their fearful or reactive or aggressive dogs.
Yeah, you're right, Liga. It's such a big stressor for us as well because as caretakers, of course, we struggle to see the big emotions of our dogs and we want them to feel happy and feel good, but often we just feel lost. So when people come to us for these classes, I always tell like my clients to lean on me emotionally and to be guided, because we are there to guide them, to help them on how to help the dog navigate the world in a more calm state of mind. But also, of course, they meet other guardians who struggle with the same things, who can understand their feelings. And it's really so beautiful to see how this community forms and that people are able to share with each other and really understand each other's problems. But also, I think people that come to us, they are of a certain mindset. So they already are looking for more ethical approach to living with dogs. So finding like-minded people or just other dog lovers and being able to talk to them is so nice. I think here we can really feel the commonality between us and dogs. Like, they are social species and we are social species, and how much it means to us to be around other people and to communicate and to enjoy time together. And I think this is just beautiful to see how people become friends and, you know, go on social walks without us together. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, because you feel lonely if you doesn't know, like if you're the only one and everybody else are walking their dogs and they don't have problems, you feel really alone. And that's the, I think, the most important part of social walks as well, because you find your people and you see that you're not alone, and actually there's somebody who will help you to get through your emotions as well. Yeah.
And you don't feel judged, because of course when we are walking along with reactive dogs, like, we get all the bad looks, we get all the bad comments. Like, I remember someone telling me, oh, haven't you used a shock collar on her? And it was honestly was very sad for me to like get so much judgment. But when we are with people who understand, like, it feels so much better to, you know that we are not alone.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and we have actually talked a lot, so I want to ask you the last question, and this is about conference. So tell everybody, what will your presentation be about, and why they need to come to this conference to hear your speech.
Okay, so what is it? What is about? It's about everything that we've been talking so far. So it's about social walks, good social walks for dogs and people. So what people are gonna get away from this, for guardians, they're gonna be able to recognize what a good walk is. So when they're gonna join one, they're gonna be able to join the right one for their dog with big emotions. And for professionals, they're going to learn about all of those steps that we've hinted at already. Like, what do you need to do to prepare your dog to be able to learn better, to join the walk? All those skills that you're going to be able to apply for good social walks, your own social walks.
Thank you very much. I'm really appreciated you being here and talking to me, and to everybody who are listening right now or in the recording. So thank you again very much. And to everybody,
Thank you, Riga.
thank you. Yeah, and to everybody else, if you like hear that this is really interesting for you and you are now curious what we can do to make better walks for our dogs, and lot of different really interesting stuff, then I ask you to join this conference this year in Riga. So Pet Dog Trainers of Europe Annual Conference and AGM, Dogs with Big Emotions. It will happen at 26th till 28th of September. And I want to remind you that until the July 13, it's early bird price, so you can join for better price. So yeah, don't miss this up. And I think everybody, either way, you are dog professional, like a trainer or vet, or working any other way with dogs, or you are dog owner, you will enjoy this conference and you will take so much knowledge from it. And so I really ask you, everybody, to join. And this is really great experiences, for everybody. I have been in these conferences each year, like from 2020, and I have enjoyed every conference and know so much from these conferences, because there are so many speakers and so good talks. So yeah, thank you everybody for listening to us, and see you at the conference. Thank you, girls. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. See you in Riga.
Bye-bye.